What's up guys, this is Dark Magician here and welcome to another KOF video. Okay guys, sorry if I took a while to upload the next video. Pretty much because I made a character introduction for Maki Kagura much before she appeared. Okay, and plus because as you've heard, of course the C server is gonna close, so I'm not uploading a lot of videos from there lately, but I'm gonna transfer my account to global and try out a new team. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Okay, so in global, something totally unexpected happened, which is the arrival of Nightmare Geese. Okay, because he was supposed to appear much later in the game, but for some reason the developers decided to get him this early. Maybe they just wanted to boost the performance of Wild Bear teams, because we were expecting Geniko next. But anyway, so now that we got Nightmare Geese, today's video will be a character introduction for him. Okay guys, so as you know, Nightmare Geese is an API 15 gank. Of course, when you check his stats, you would see that they are pretty much average like any other gank. So that's what ganks are all about, okay? They can be used for damage, or they can be used as frontliners in case you don't have enough tanks. So they have moderate stats. Now, his feature says Fallen Nightmare, okay? Pretty much because we're gonna see later that he can make the opponent enter something called the Nightmare state. Okay, we're gonna talk about it later. So let's start with the fates now. First, we have the Inner World Emperor. We need Nightmare Geese, Omega Rugal, and Krauser. Okay, increase in HP by 25%. Second, we have Southtown Overmatch. We need Nightmare Geese, we need Terry 03, and we need new Mr. Karate, increase attack plus 25%. And we need the Howard Union. We need Nightmare Geese, Billy, and Mr. Big, attack plus 25%. So you can see, as usual, we have one fate that is usually easy to get, but the other two need some bosses, okay? So hopefully with some time you can unlock them. Okay, now his weapon called the Nightmare Gloves, and he uses Earth-Shaking Badge and Karate Tom. Okay, now let's go to his fight soul. His fight soul is called Furious Bear Soul. Okay, so he initially gains 115 rage, and he also gains a lot of extra rage when the fighters die. So it's pretty much, as you can see, it's a Wild Bear Soul and a Tiger Soul in one. Okay, now his skills. Let's start with the passive, Lord of Nightmare. First, so he increases on crit resistance in battle. He gets revenge power upon each round start. Okay, what is the revenge power? It's actually a 12% damage resistance initially, which increases by 6% for each round since round 1, and it can stack up to 24%, so up to 4 rounds, okay? It can reach up to 24%, and his body size increases as well by 15% each round, up to 30%. So this means after 2 rounds he will reach his maximum size. So that's what the revenge power is about. Okay, each time Nightmare Geese kills an enemy fighter, he gets some enhancement. What are those enhancements? He recovers 15% max HP and Dispel on debuff, and he would be immune to debuff for 1 round. In addition, he also gets all revenge power upon first kill. So instead of waiting like the 4 rounds like what we've mentioned before, he would get the full revenge power if he killed somebody from the first time. Okay. Now, each round, a random enemy enters the nightmare for 1 round. So, the thing is that each round, at the beginning of each round, he would just apply this curse, or this curse, if you want to call it, which is called the nightmare state. He makes an opponent enters the nightmare state. What is this nightmare state? So, when Nightmare Geese enters the battle and only 1 fighter on each side, this will not take effect. Okay, so here they are just saying that this won't take effect in tournaments or in 1 versus 1 battles. So, I think the nightmare effect will be explained somewhere else, okay, in other skills. Okay, we're gonna explain that later. So, of course, also Nightmare Geese is immune to the nightmare, this state we are gonna talk about. Okay, so as you can see, at level 1, he increases crit resistance by 40%, which is a very high value. Now, his second passive, Nightmare Attack and HP Enhancement. As usual, enhanced attack and HP. At level 1, it starts with 5%. Now, his minor skill, or Double Reppuken, attack a column with 40% chance to paralyze the main target, increasing on 50% blood drain. That's very high. okay, and deals 40% extra damage on all nightmare targets, okay. I don't know if you've seen what's the nightmare target, the nightmare state is about, but usually it's shown by a like, I don't know, a violet circle around the target, okay. So that's why he would receive a crit and reduced damage and everything. It's explained somewhere else, okay. Now after getting all the revenge power, release the small skill, okay. Once he has the full revenge power, he will release small skill, and if the ultimate kills the target, he will get all the revenge power, okay. We've mentioned that before. And trigger small skill since next round, so he will be triggering the small skill after that, okay. Now his ultimate raging dead end, attack enemy fighter with lowest HP, so that's something like Vice, okay. Absorb targets 15% attack and defense and 200 rage, okay. He doesn't only decrease them, he also takes them for himself, which is pretty good, okay. Deals also additional 30% damage on the surrounding fighters, like splash damage, which does not recover rage. So that's actually a good thing. The damage that is taken by the surrounding fighters does not increase the rage, okay. If the main target is not killed, the target will enter the nightmare state. So here they are gonna explain the nightmare state. So here, after he makes the ultimate, if the target doesn't die, he will also enter the nightmare state. What is the nightmare state? Damage rate reduces by 50% upon first attack, okay. So the first attack that the enemy does will be half the actual attack, or will do half the damage, okay. And get crit when attacked for the first time. So whatever attack that target receives, it will be a crit power, it will be a crit attack for sure, okay. It also lasts for 1 round. So that's pretty much the nightmare state. Okay guys, so that was pretty much everything, you know, the skills for Nightmare Geese. Now sadly, the gates are not available yet for you know, at the UG KOF'98 app, because it's still under development. They are gonna make a new app, which I'm gonna keep you updated of. So until then, you know, his gates are not there anywhere, okay. We can translate from the Chinese server, but it's not an accurate translation, so we're gonna pass it for now. Now the last thing, or before, we're gonna now just ask in which teams does Nightmare Geese fit in, okay. Now pretty much Nightmare Geese being one of the very few wild bears, or API 15 wild bears around there, so he is a must have for wild bear Genesis teams, okay. Every wild bear team should have him, okay. Now other than that, 4 souls as usual, as I always say, he can fit in a 4 souls, pretty much because the only API 15s wild bears so far are Magaki and Nightmare Geese. So in 4 souls you're gonna need, of course, 1 wild bear soul. So it kind of depends. If you need more tankiness, I prefer you go for Magaki. But if you need more damage, you can go for Nightmare Geese. He will be good there. But in any other team, I don't think he is a must-have, because after all, he is not the best API 15 around here. He is good, but specifically for those teams. Okay guys, now the last part, of course, I'm gonna talk about is the runes. Now, what runes can fit Nightmare Geese the best? Okay, sorry, wrong tab. So yeah, okay. Now as you know, because Nightmare Geese can target the ones with lowest HP, so Wolf's Anger won't be the best one, because you know, Wolf Anger will does more damage to the ones with the highest HP, okay. So Wolf's Anger won't be good. Dragon Tiger can be okay because it gives more power or more damage to the fighters with less than 35% HP, but the thing is that it is, you know, an even round rune set, so that doesn't go well, because he can make an ultimate on round 1. So pretty much you're gonna have to wait until later, so that, you know, this rune set can take effect, okay. So Dragon Tiger can be good, but it is not the best one, maybe, okay. Other than that, you can go for Killing Soul. Killing Soul is an odd round rune set, which is appropriate for Nightmare Geese, and it gives him extra crit, so that could work well, okay. And other than that, the last one would be Boiling Blood, because as you've seen, he can have very high HP drain, so you can also make good use of additional HP drain, so that he can restore his HP back to full in no time. So Boiling Blood can actually be good for him. So eventually, you know, in conclusion, you can go for Boiling Blood or Killing Soul, okay, and third choice might be Dragon Tiger, okay, depending on what you want him to do most. Okay guys, so that was pretty much everything you need to know about Nightmare Geese. Good luck for the ones who are going for him, and I'll be seeing you guys in next video. Okay, peace out.